I am not a barred attorney. I am a law student. This video is not done on the behalf of any state or federal agency. The video is merely suggestions on what I believe based on personal experience and research, what would be helpful. Also, I have a do-rag on because I haven't got my hair cut in 5 months.
Whipping the yam, whipping and flipping the yam, turning her brick to a lamb, re-rocking the dope, soon as it get off your boat, keeping it soft like a meat.
The purpose of this video is to provide tips and suggestions on what would happen if you as a black individual were pulled over by the police. When an officer pulls you over, whether it be a highway or it's a street, make sure one, the top priority is that you pull over in a safe place, somewhere where you feel as though it's comfortable enough for you to stop, but not too long between the officer turning the sirens on and stopping you. Make sure you can pull over safely, and when you pull over safely, turn your car off, roll your window down part way, not fully, as to also create a barrier between you and the officer, but enough to exchange information and remain calm. Furthermore, place your hands where the officer can see them, whether on the dashboard or the steering wheel. In situations where you're pulled over by the cops, do not run, do not resist arrest. In addition, do not obstruct law enforcement. Obstruction means anything that can delay, hinder, or prevent them from exercising their police powers during your interaction. It's very, 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 very important that you know these terminologies and that you drill this into your mind. If an officer asks you to present your license and registration, before you reach and grab it, please let the officer know where it may be located inside of your vehicle and ask, is it okay if you can reach for the section of the vehicle that your information is located in? Another key thing is that you have the ability to request from the officer the reason for you being pulled over.
Oh, say less.
If the officer tries to get into things such as where are you going, where do you live, where were you born, and where are you from, you have the right to neglect those line of questionings. You also have the right to assert silence. An example of asserting silence is, excuse me, officer, I would like to remain silent when it comes to those questions. Comply with officer orders. If the officer asks you to step outside of the vehicle, step outside of the vehicle. In situations such as these, it's not a time to get into back and forth or arguments with the officer. For your safety, the best bet is to just follow their order of asking you to step out of the vehicle. Tone and demeanor. The best you can do as a person is just to always watch what you're saying, watch how you're saying it, and try not to assert more knowledge than the officer themselves. Even though this isn't fair, it can also help rectify the situation and you get to walk away with your life. We need to change the system. We need to do better. But until then, we have to find ways to maintain our survival. If an officer tries to search your vehicle, you may ask them legally, is there a valid reason for this search? And if there is no valid reason that they can provide for the search of your vehicle, you may then follow up with a request to leave the scene. For anyone that's seen Law & Order, you're familiar with this statement.
To remain silent. Anything you do or say can be used, what's the next part?
As a flotation device.
As a flotation device.
Under the course of being arrested, make sure that you are read your rights by the police officer. And most importantly, once you are arrested, please request an attorney. Request an attorney. This is the smartest thing you can do. Do not answer any questions. Remain silent until your attorney has arrived to talk to you. If you are arrested and brought down to a police department, you have the right to ask for one local phone call. You cannot call any international numbers from the department. The number has to be local. Also, the phone call is only private, meaning the information shared on the call is secure if it's between you and your attorney. If it's between you and another party, the police have the power to listen in on the phone call that you made, and they often do. So please just remember, when you request a phone call, request to speak with a lawyer, talk to your lawyer on the phone. It can be private and secure, but if it's anyone outside of that, the phone lines are open and they can listen in on your calls. The last suggestion is never waive your right to an attorney. Never get rid of the ability to seek legal counsel because it can greatly change the outcome of your case if you are arrested by the police. Please, please, please do not waive counsel. There have been different instances in jurisdictions such as California in 2016 where a 10-year-old child was able to waive their right to counsel. Teach your children, teach your loved ones, teach your family members. Do not get rid of your ability to get a lawyer if you are arrested. Please don't let TikTok and Twitter misinformation and social media get you killed because of some made up, fabricated line or statement that someone told you to say that went viral that's extremely inaccurate.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Do you know this lady back there in the accident, or?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, have a nice day, sir.
All right, thank you.
I just think the most important part about all this is context. We know the issues we face as Black people. We know the system wasn't necessarily designed for us. But at the end of the day, the best you can do is remain knowledgeable and control your own actions. You can do all of these things right and still end up dead. It's no guarantee. But the more you know, the better.